Hello and welcome to another episode of Scott Reads Comics. Today we'll be covering Justice League America number 30, published in 1989 by DC Comics. We've got a great cover featuring artwork by Kevin Maguire, Joe Rubinstein, and colors by Bud LaRose. At this point in the series, Kevin Maguire has exited as the regular artist, but he's still providing covers, and they are generally awesome. So this one is pretty cool. I remember this story well when it came out. And let's get right into it and see what we have. All right. In the previous issue 29, near the end, this crazy punk rock-like thug had managed to somehow steal Big Barda's Mega Rod, which is her sort of her apocalyptic designed weapon, which can project energy, open boom tubes, and do other crazy things. It is an incredibly powerful weapon. So now our splash page opens and he has the weapon and he has knocked Barda and Fire unconscious. Teenage Biker Megadeth is the title. Keith Giffen plot, J.M. DeMatteis script, Bill Willingham pencils, Joe Rubinstein inks, Bob Lappin letters, Gene D'Angelo colors, Kevin Dooley assistant editor, Andy Helfer editor. Deep in the heart of New Jersey. All right. You wouldn't consider putting that Mega Rod down, would you? I'll consider shoving it down your throat, man, and then blowing your stinking head off. I don't think you really understand. You see, the Mega Rod was made on Apocalypse. It's very powerful and extremely dangerous. You should know, pal. One shot and I took your buddies out. One shot. Yes, and a very good shot it was, but you're missing my point. The Megaron, well, it's sort of alive, and it's not very nice. It can alive, yeah, you bet it is. I can hear it talking to me, tells me what to do. That's just it. Only someone like Barda, someone with special training, can resist. Who wants to resist? It's talking sense, man. Destroy your enemies. It says take it all for yourself. Just like I took this rod from that car and wasted my pals when they wanted a piece of it. Yeah, this rod knows the truth, man. Excuse me. It knows that the only place to walk in life is on the dark side. That's not the truth. The damn thing's broadcasting Apocalypse military subliminals. Now, look, my name's Mr. Miracle. I grew up on Apocalypse. I know the power of that horrible voice, and I know. You think I care what you know? I'm hip to your game, man. You just want the power for yourself. You want my rod, man? Then take it. Come on. Let's see if you're man enough. Scoom! Awesome artwork here in this fill-in issue by Bill Willingham, who I have loved since he did the D&D advertisements in comics in the early 1980s. Of course, at this time, he's already has done his Elementals series for Comico. He was occasionally dipping into DC and doing work for them, and this is an example of that. And I love his very distinctive style. It's a nice sort of follow-on from Kevin Maguire's exit on the book. I think Maguire had left, and Ty Templeton and Linda Medley had done some fill-in work or occasional work on the book. But here, Willingham's work is almost reminiscent of some of Maguire's very expressive work, but also its own style in itself. Great long panel here as the Mega Rod begins to take this guy over. And Mr. Miracle can't get through to him, and he booms out. Damn, he teleported out. Great pages on. You rarely see this with a long panel and then a wider long panel, just a 2-panel page, but a lot is communicated in that two panels. So we're going to flip now to the Huntress. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Helena Bertinelli. Her mother was warm, kind, and loving. Her father was too, but he did bad things, not to her, to other people. So one day, somebody did bad things to Helena, and she retreated into a life of fear. But eventually, the fear became too much to live with, and Helena decided to fight back as the Huntress. Love Willingham's Huntress here as she patrols the city. Very cool looking. And she comes upon our thug with the mega rod. And while Legion at this, or Justice League at this point could be funny and often was with the Giffen DeMatteis scripts and plots, there was some really dark stuff in this series. And look at this here. This guy has just basically annihilated these members of his old gang here. And he's now raving mad. But he's not going to face just the police. Forget the police. You've got more immediate problems, huh? That was some bomb you set off. I'm surprised you were stupid enough to come back and check on your handiwork. So Huntress has no idea what she's about to get into here. As a matter of fact, she says, or what? You'll shoot me with your kaleidoscope? I'm the one holding the crossbow, punk. But shoom, she quickly realizes that this isn't just some thug. And then the police do show up. Uh-oh. Hold it right there, lady. All of you, get back before... You're in no position to threaten us, lady. We've been looking for you for weeks now. So just get those hands up and... You don't understand. I'm not responsible for this. He's going to... Having a little trouble with the man? Ouch. Let me show you how to put him in his place. So here he just heartlessly blasts these policemen, maybe killing or at least badly hurting them. Great explosion in this panel here. Just incredible detail in the artwork here from Willingham and Rubenstein. Really nice work. Meanwhile, we're going to flip back to Barda and Mr. Miracle. Barda now awake, Fire as well. My head still hurts, Fire says. Just be thankful you're alive, Fire. The rod could have just as easily reduced us to ash. We've got to get it back. And we will, Barda. That kid just took us by surprise, that's all. He won't get lucky twice. Luck had nothing to do with it. That rod corrupts the weak-willed. It can take a person over, bit by bit, until there's nothing left but a destructive puppet dancing on Darkseid's strings. You sure have a way of looking on the bright side. With Darkseid, there is no bright side. Did I just say that? A little bit of that humor peeking through here. So they're tracking him down. Mother Box, the living computer that Mr. Miracle carries, is helping them. But they can see this plume of smoke and destruction in the distance, so they pretty much know where to go. And we're going to flash to Oberon here. Now let me get this straight. There's a super punk with a magic wand decimating the South Bronx. Man, our computer's supposed to screen out crank calls like this. Yeah, sure. You're Mayor Koch, and I'm George Bush. Hey, watch your mouth, pal. This is the Justice League embassy you're calling. How's about showing a little respect? Look. Even if you are the mayor, and with a mouth on you, I'm beginning to think you really are. There's nothing I can do for you. I'm all alone here. As soon as somebody shows up, I'll pass along your, what's that? They just arrived? Look, would you mind telling those jokers to call in after they've saved the Bronx? Face it, Oberon. You've got to get a real job. Meanwhile, back to our battle scene here. This punk has decimated the authorities who tried to come and stop him. And we can see just the wanton destruction here. So Miracle and Barda and Fire are now on scene, and they're convincing the authorities to let them try and deal with this guy. Come on, damn you, do it, he screams. You're afraid, aren't you? Afraid of me, afraid of the power I serve. Apocalypse rules, man, apocalypse rules. Whatever the hell apocalypse is. So the rod is talking through him. With any luck, you'll never find out. A wall of fire to keep you docile. Oh, please. You don't think this can stop me. Kroom. So he easily shrugs off Fire's assault. Nice panel here of Barda taking things into her own hands, getting up close and personal and brawling with this guy. Great shot of her punching him. Love the difference in scale here between the two figures. Barda is easily 6'4", 6'5", maybe even taller, and incredibly massive, a denizen of Apocalypse. So physically, this guy has no match for her, but the rod is transforming him, as you can see here. I love the way Willingham is beginning to show the effect of the rod on this normal mortal's body. Which, I know you, the rod knows you, and we both want you dead. Do yourself a favor, kid. Put the rod down. No, never. Think about what you've done today. You've killed a dozen policemen. You murdered your friends. My friends? Nah, I'd never hurt them. We're brothers. I'd never. You did. The rod made you do it. Now give it up. Go to hell. Awesome panel here showing the power of the rod blasting scot-free Mr. Miracle back. Barda looking on in terror. So much for reason, she says. Barda, be careful. He's not responsible. Sure, hun. I'll be gentle as a kitten. Give me my damn mega rod, twerp. You want it? Come and get it. So he blasts her full on, but she is not affected this time. Try again, punk. For all the destruction you've caused today, you're inexperienced. You can't use the rod to its full potential. And now I'm going to give you the chance to learn. Don't you come any closer. Not one step. He continues to blast her. Great Darkseid, help me. Darkseid won't help you now, you wretched little. But he must have blasted her enough because she actually collapses. But look here at how emaciated he's become. The rod is literally consuming him. Fire looks on. Not good enough, huh? What have you got to say for yourself now, witch? I'm one with the fire pits. I'm a weapon in Darkseid's hands. I'm king of the Bronx. So Fire is looking on concernedly because Barda, their most powerful member of this team on scene here, is out. And then the Huntress arrives. You're the Huntress, so they tell me. Batman's been looking for you. Let him keep looking. We've got a more important issue to deal with. That is, if you're up for some help. Got any ideas? Uh-huh. Providing your friend Mr. Miracle is still alive. So look, even more now, this guy was almost really a zombie or a walking corpse as the police shoot him and he's ignoring the gunshots. You dare. Don't you know who I can't remember. But that doesn't matter. What matters is Apocalypse, Darkseid. Look at that rictus grin on his face. Darkseid! So he blasts and kills even more policemen. Extremely brutal action in this issue. I'm yours. Do with me as you will, great lord. So here he's almost totally gone. He's blasted from behind by fire again. You poor fool, you're sick, and you don't even know it. Sick, me? I've never been better, stronger in my life. So here the rod gives him the power of flight. And he flies right through fire, and she realizes a previously unknown ability of hers. She's apparently intangible. Another development to look into later. But right now I've got to. In another of those great action panels where he blasts one of the characters. There's a number of these in this issue. This is incredible. And back here, this one here, that's 2. Just really cool effects here from Willingham. 3 there. I mean, just awesome action in this issue. Loving this Bill Willingham Rubenstein artwork. So, in spite of her newfound intangibility, she cannot resist the power of the Mega Rod. She's blasted, and this wretch is about to finish her off. Death devours weakness, he says. But then he's shot with a crossbow bolt from the Huntress in the leg. He feels that. Mr. Miracle has flown her into position, and he's trying to blast them. Another side effect of the rod, I'd guess. It's draining his life force, using it to feed itself. He's already dead. He just doesn't know it yet. But what's he? All right, creeps. I'm tired of trying to pop you out of the sky. Come on down for your medicine, or I turn your friend's head into a donut. That woman down there, Huntress, she's my wife. Hell of a time to get sentimental, Mr. M. But if we can just move in a bit closer, I'll see what I can do. I'm waiting. Not anymore, you're not. The game's over, you murdering animal. She puts a perfect shot right through his wrist, causing him to drop the rod. It falls and basically blows his head off. Clank, zaff. No! And here he's falling backward, seemingly headless. Great bit of Kirby crackle here, and great work by our colorist, too. I wanted to save him. Damn you, Apocalypse. Damn you, Darkseid. Nothing you could have done, Miracle. It was an accident. Poor, wretched child. Yeah, poor thing. So Huntress is a wanted vigilante at this point, hunted by both the police and other heroes, and she's kind of a tough cookie. She has no sympathy for that guy. Later, in the you-know-where headquarters of you-know-who, so you were that impressed. She's good, Max, very good. Took charge of the situation and had everything under control before I knew it. A couple of months experience and she'd give Batman a run for his money. So what's the problem? She's a loner. She said as much when I tried to get her over here to talk to you. Said she'd heard all about our little club and wasn't interested in saving the world. Just helping out the smaller parts of it. So they want to try to recruit Huntress onto the team, essentially, and Max Lord is not the kind of guy to take no for an answer. So he somehow gets Bertinelli to meet with him here. This is preposterous. I don't know any Bertinellis, and I certainly don't know any Huntress. I'm Helen Burton. And now I'll thank you too. Don't try to play me for a fool, Miss Bertinelli. We, that is I, know all about you, about your father's murder at the hands of rival mobsters, about your going underground, even about your reemergence as the Huntress a few months ago. Okay, pal, let's say for a moment I am this person you're after. What is it you want? I wanted to thank you for saving my life and reiterate Mr. Miracle's offer. This time, I hope you'll reconsider. So Max Lord is more than just a scheming businessman. She turns him down, but he uses his heretofore unknown power to manipulate people's minds to make her accept. And whenever he does that, it does cause him to have these nosebleeds. So Huntress will be joining the team whether she wants to or not. Next, a new artist, same old writers and inker. All this, plus the first part of the first semi-annual 4-part JLA, JLE crossover. Confused? Welcome to the club. Here we have our letters page, Justice Log, some interesting letters in here. And then they sum up a lot of collective fan comments at the end here and talk about how folks are happy that the title recently switched from Justice League International to Justice League America. So next issue, populations of villages in the Balkans. That's Albania. Bulgaria, Greece, Romania, Yugoslavia, and European Turkey are disappearing. Hey, that's JLE Europe territory. Join us for the first of our 4-part crossover. New costumes for Fire and Ice, a new JLI shuttle, a showdown between John and Guy, and new penciler Adam Hughes with Keith Giffen, Jam DeMatteis, and Joe Rubenstein. So Adam Hughes debuts as the new penciler next issue. And his run on the book is not that long, but it's very good. That's before he became exclusively a cover artist. So this has been Justice League America, number 30. A great issue. Picked this one up in the recent big 50-cent sale. And well worth revisiting. Enjoyed it very much. Awesome Bill Willingham artwork. And fun story. But brutal. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll bring you more soon on Scott Reads Comics. Thanks for watching.